some digging into state law for funeral homes, crematories, and we're shocked to learn that the industry was one of the least regulated in Colorado. That until recently, Governor Polis signed a law last year that allows investigators to inspect funeral homes if they receive a complaint. Before the law, Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies could not inspect a funeral home without the consent of the owner. Under Colorado law, green burials are legal, but remains that are not buried within 24 hours must be properly refrigerated. According to Return to Nature Funeral Home's website, its mission has, quote, always been green burial. That process, a way for people to bury their loved ones with minimal environmental impact. The funeral home's website states a green burial reduces carbon emissions by not using embalming fluid or unnatural items. That law is referenced on the funeral home's website. It states in the state of Colorado, within 24 hours, the body must be either embalmed or placed in a regulated temperature controlled environment, meaning under refrigeration, dry ice, etc. And we're learning more from public records about the investigation and the owners of the funeral home. Our team coverage continues with Allison Zimmerman in studio here. So what did you uncover, Allison?
Well, Rob, according to the state owner, John Halford told the program director of the Office of Funeral Home and Crematory Registration he had a problem at the Penrose location. He even claimed he practices taxidermy at the property. That same document says Halford tried to conceal the improperly stored remains, and that yesterday Halford did not grant access to an investigator for an inspection. State has also ordered the immediate suspension of his Colorado Springs location. According to the Department of Regulatory Agencies, or DORA, the license for the Penrose Funeral Home expired in November of last year, meaning the location where those remains were found was not supposed to be operating as a funeral home for nearly a year. John Halford, the primary owner of the funeral homes, along with his wife Carrie, have been facing some legal trouble. Their Colorado Springs funeral home was previously on Platte Avenue. An open case in El Paso County found the company leasing that building say the Halfords owed them more than $97,000. Another case from a funeral services company claimed the Halfords did not pay them for more than $18,000 for services.
And you were able to track down other information about what kind of credentials Halford may or may not have to run this funeral business. What did you find out?
Right. So what's interesting is in Colorado, funeral homes are regulated, but the actual workers in the funeral industry, not so much. There are some laws on the books, though, when it comes to someone that's going to advertise themselves or reference themselves as a funeral director, a mortuary science practitioner, or an embalmer. There are certain requirements that you have to meet if you're going to advertise yourself as such. For a funeral director, that means 2,000 hours practicing or interning as a director and directing at least 50 funerals or graveside services. We found John Halford did hold an apprentice license in Oklahoma, meaning he'd have to be working under someone who was licensed. I asked that state's funeral board if he held a funeral director or an embalmer's license. They said he has never held one of those licenses. We're working to find out if Halford may have received a license from another state. We did find a provisional license in Texas that was canceled under his name, but so far no others.